I'm Carly Levin with the Legal Tech Fund. I am here today talking to Taylor Bell from Arizona ABS Law about the TLTF Summit. Taylor has graciously joined the advisory board and is helping with programming for the summit this year. So thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, of course.
And I know we've had you on other podcasts before, so I'm excited to chat again. But for those of you who have not met you, do you mind giving a quick background on how you got into this space and your interest in the space?
Sure. Yeah. So I'm an Arizona-based attorney, practicing primarily in compliance and ethics, especially around the ABS framework, alternative business structures, and then also MSO creation and that sort of thing. So it's a pretty natural connection to TLTF, as lots of legal tech companies or firms are looking at potentially adding in legal services, and ABS and MSO are kind of the main ways to do that.
And it just struck me that you're probably the advisory board member who is actually on the ground where the summit will be this year in Arizona.
Yeah, it's exciting. You guys are coming to my hometown.
We planned it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, given your where you're focused, I can have a pretty good guess about where your time is being spent these days. But what's the biggest thing that you've been focused on since the start of the year, and that you'll be working on until November?
I mean, it's the buzz acronym of the year. Other than AI, it's MSO, I would say. And so, lots of firms interested in innovative ways to get investments and to grow, to build new tools, that sort of thing. And that's just been my primary focus from January to today, and I don't see it slowing down through November.
And any shift in how you're spending your time in terms of Arizona ABS versus MSO?
They often go hand in hand. I mean, a lot of people reach out about ABS, and then the discussion leads us to maybe that not being the right structure for them, and vice versa, depending on what they're building. And so, I mean, it still feels maybe 50-50 for me right now.
One thing that was really neat from last year's summit was I heard folks walking around who had gone into the summit, never hearing of a MSO or ABS or any of the jargon before, but came away a little bit more educated. How are you thinking about that, and how's the advisory board thinking about that for this year's summit?
Yeah, well, there's a whole track on Law Firm 2.0, which I think last year that's what it was called as well. It's just looking at the future of law. ABS and MSO are the future of law and kind of the present now too, but there's a whole track for it. So a bunch of programming being built around it.
Great. So we talked about this year. If you look into the future 15 years, what is your biggest, boldest prediction about what the world of law will look like in the future?
I mean, it's changing so fast, it's hard to go 15 years out. I would say I feel like we're at a tipping point in legal practice. The traditional way of doing things has really come to a head with technology and the desire for change from the general public. And so I think it'll look maybe completely different from what it is today. We're starting to see all sorts of new innovations and just people deciding to do things differently, and I don't see that slowing down at all.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. When you think about who's calling you today to talk about these new structures, is there a typical format of who's calling you? Is there a typical type of law firm, technology company?
It's a mix. It spans the gamut of the profession. I mean, I get calls from lawyers who own their own firms, but are looking to, they have a cool idea and want to innovate and looking for ways to raise funds for that and structure their business appropriately. A bunch of legal tech firms that are, founder led, that have no lawyers on the team, that want to add legal services and capture that revenue rather than handing it off. I get calls from investors that are just curious about the space. So it kind of runs the whole gamut there.
Yeah. And looking ahead a couple months, we're getting closer and closer. What what recommendations do you have for anyone attending the summit this year?
I mean, take advantage of everything that the summit has to offer. There's great programming for sure. Really interesting people attend. That's always my favorite part, is just getting to meet people across the world, really, that are working in this space and innovating. And it's the connections that always make it a big deal for me. And so I find the social events to be my favorite parts, because that's where you really get to have like honest conversations with new people and make new friends essentially in this industry, and connect with old friends as well. So.
And I see you're wearing your swag from last year.
Oh yeah, and the swag. I mean, the swag room, get there early. That's, I guess, my other recommendation.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being a part of the advisory board and for joining today to share a few ideas. And we look forward to seeing you in November. I guess while people are in Arizona, anything else they should check out in your home state?
Oh, I mean, there's tons to do. Scottsdale's great. November will be a wonderful time, but probably still a little warm. So I would say leave the suit and tie at home. It still will be toasty in November.
And how toasty is it now in the summertime?
110 this
Lovely.
week. Yep.
Lovely. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, Carly.